Welcome back, dear viewers. And as we said, now we will be discussing thoroughly an in-depth analysis of the latest situation and developments in the Arab world, and very fast developments. And to shed more light on these developments, we're most delighted to be joined here in the studio by our dear guests. First of all, Dr. Karim Hamza, and he's a professor of political science, and also Dr. Ahmed Mahanna, and he's professor of political economy. Ladies and gentlemen,
thank you very much for having us.
Thank you for being with us on Windows. First of all, as I mentioned in the introduction, that the situation, a very fast-paced developing situation in the Arab world, and let's kick off with the situation in Gaza. Your gentlemen, your take on the situation in Gaza.
Actually, we see that in the beginning of the conflict in Gaza, Mr. Netanyahu announced that his aim is to destroy the tunnels crossing from Gaza to Israel and to protect the Israeli, and he insisted that his aim not to destroy Hamas or take over Hamas. As we see the death toll or the amount of casualties in the Palestinians and the type of casualties, it describes that his intention is not to destroy the tunnels, is to destroy the Palestinian people and to destroy any means for possibility to live in Gaza in the future. So they are attacking schools, they are attacking hospitals, they are attacking power stations. Even the UNRWA or UN agencies protection shelters was attacked with no mercy, with barbarian attacks and no excuse. They are not hearing for any call from the international community. We have almost 1,500 being killed. Almost 25% of this number are children only. And in the same time, you are exceeding 7,000 casualties. The amount of refugees is over 230,000. So this is...
just let me... Doctor, do you think that this continuing military offensive protective edge is just continuing, and the death toll is mounting? Is it just because Israel thinks or deems the U.S. One of the regional players or the superpower is supporting it and turning a blind eye on the atrocities committed by the Israeli military?
It is not giving a blind eye. They are giving them artilleries with $1 billion to support them for the war against civilians. So yesterday it was announced.
I mean, they're turning a blind eye on what's happening on the Palestinian side.
They don't see Palestinian side, they see the fireworks on the other side. So fireworks means that people are afraid, so they have to give them artilleries and they have to give them weapons and supplies. In the same time, Mr. Obama declaring every time that Israel has the right to defend themselves. But he haven't give any statement supporting to protect the civilian Palestine and to protect the children. And now they are giving a doubt that we have doubts that Israel have attacked the UN school, while the UN themselves have announced that the school have been attacked by Israeli tanks, and after the UN have escalated, Israel have attacked another school. So I am supporting with Dr. Ahmed that Israel is giving a message that we don't care about the international law, we don't care about the international community, we will do whatever what we do. So what we see now, it is by law considered an organized genocide against the Palestinian people. It is a war crime. What they are doing now in Gaza, it is a new Holocaust, doing by the Israelis, not by the Nazis now. And after they finish Gaza, they will go to the West Bank, because now we're starting to have an uprising in the West Bank. So they were starting to go to West Bank after they finish Gaza. So I'm expecting not before 1 week they will finish their operation in Gaza.
This was about Foreign Minister in regards to this has held a meeting with the Egyptian Prime Minister Ibrahim Mahlab to discuss the issue of the Egyptian expats in Libya. So your comment on what's taking place in Libya, and especially the continuing targeting of the Egyptians in Libya.
What is happening in Libya now from political analysis point of view is considered that they have reached a level called a failed state. Failed state, that means there is no central government that can take care of the country or protect the civilians or enforce law. This is apparently appear that all of the militant are fighting. Government are asking to stop fighting, to evacuate civilians and to protect the airport and so on. And they are not able to stop such type of fight. So what is happening in Libya now is destroying the country to it maybe reach level to be separate mini states if no international interference have happened, or a strong power looking for an institution to make a state based on institution to build in Libya. If you're looking to the Egyptian point of view, we have over 1 million Egyptians living in Libya now. They are stuck in the Tunisian border. The Tunisian border are under the control of Libya militants. Part of these militants are against Egypt authority because they have some empathy or support to the previous regime, so they are taking revenge from Egyptian civilians. Some casualties have happened on the Tunisian border, still not confirmed. But now we have, as Egypt, to start evacuate the Egyptian civilian from there, including we have some minor military operation to protect them. Already Egypt Air have started to send a complete fleet to Tunisia to evacuate Egyptians who can cross the border. But Tunisia have announced that it cannot afford a big number of refugees, so they can close the borders. This means that Egyptians can be stuck there. This is not our problem only, because Italy and European countries are facing the same problem, but we are having the biggest populations or the biggest number of casualties there. If you look to the national security point of view, this means your western border are totally exposed for heavy weapon military and militants that are having access to rockets, are having access to Hound guns.
And this is, I believe this is what President Abdel Fattah al-Sisi has warned of, that the borders are, the situation there might ask violence could be expected, and this is why we have
terrorist attacks can be totally higher. The type of terrorist attack can be changed because now we have closed no-fly zone in front of Libya. Now we are expecting that some flights which have been hijacked from Libya, it can enter our fly zone. So we have a high alert from the western border. So now we are putting the Egyptian army.
On to Dr. Ahmed. Your take on what in Syria, which is also witnessing a very volatile and fluid situation.
In Syria now, most of the media attention is not covering what is happening in Syria because they are busy in Iraq and Gaza and Ukraine. But what is happening now is that Mr. al-Assad is not able to sustain his position very good. At the same time, Daesh or ISIS or IS still able to take part of Syria. And you have other groups that are appearing. Currently, most of the biggest fights are in North and East Syria, trying to merge IS Syria with IS Iraq. The amount of conflict is still appearing. Still, it is a volatile situation. Nobody can predict. But as we said, that the situation in Syria have an impact on the region, and it already have impact Iraq. And we can expect that Lebanon can engage in this conflict because we have Hezbollah and we have Daesh supporters or ISIS supporters in Lebanon starting to appear. And of course with the tolerance or the violence in Gaza, so we can have an extension of what is happening.
The chaos in the region, yes.
Turkey is suffering with the number of refugees, which is going to North Turkey. The UN have claimed that they have a lot of difficulty in giving their support to refugees inside Syria, either through the Jordan border or through the Turkey border, because they have a lot of militants in the way that they are not willing to cooperate with the UN. So the humanitarian side in Syria is very catastrophic, and nobody can give the real figures of casualties that happening now. So it is going to continue, but it is in the process of division to be 2 or 3 mini states.
Yes. Dr. Ahmed, do you think it's from both of you?
As I said before, Middle East are suffering now from cancer. Cancer of fascism, cancer of militants, cancer of extremists. Cancer from calling under the name of religions to differentiate.
Yeah, religious extremism, yes.
So we are in the self-mode destruction or destruction self-mode. So unless we stand up one hand together to stop this wave of destruction, we will be in history and will be part of a bad history, not a good history. So currently we are in a state of war, war against terror, war against division, divide, war against terrorism. So we have to stand strong because we have a lot of power inside and outside of the region is trying to divide our countries and our nations, try to destroy our religions. So we have to unite and stand together.